and fifth graders, Monday math lesson coming at you. I am excited for this. You want to know why? Because it's just basically a repeat math lesson to hone in and get better at our skills that we learned last week. Okay. The biggest thing that I wrote down on this board, all right, and I think it should be good for you guys to write it down on your paper. Okay, two things. We're going to start on 10.3 on page 555. And there's my favorite saying. The denominator stays the same and never changes. All right, write that down somewhere. All right, because you know that that's my favorite saying. And I'll probably say it 3 million other times in this video, but it just teaches you that when you're multiplying fractions, the denominators never change and they just stay the same. The only thing that were to change is the numerator. Okay. We are on page 555. Now, usually, Melvina, I know you liked my coffee mug, so I'm going to show you my coffee mug for today. Yeah, best dad ever. James got it for me. Good coffee. Page 555. All right. On page 555, a recipe for, I'm going to start right up top. I'm going to read the question to you, and then we're going to solve it together. And we're going to do this math. It should be very quick because it's most of a repeat of what we learned already. All right, a recipe for 1 gallon of fruit punch calls for 3/4 cup of orange juice. Okay, calls for 3/4 cup of orange juice. And we got to figure out what number we're multiplying to it. How many cups of orange juice are needed to make 8 gallons of fruit punch? Woo! That's a lot of fruit punch. All right, must be having a party, not during this outbreak, but maybe another time. All right, so we have to do 8 times 3/4. Now, biggest thing, denominator stays the same, never changes. We just have to multiply our numerators. Or this numerator times this whole. So 3 times 8. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18, 21, 24. All right. So the answer is 24 over 4. Now, ding, 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 ding. Improper fraction. Improper fraction. So you have to ask yourself how many times 4 can go into 24 without going over. Okay. So we have to think 4 times what's going to give me something close to 24 without going over. Well, this is why we got to be very good at our math facts, right? So 4s. I'm going to sit here and count them for you, and you're going to tell me stop when you hear a certain number. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Stop. Okay, so if I stopped at 24, if you looked, I had 6 fingers. So the question was, how many cups of orange juice are needed to make the 8 gallons? The answer is 6 cups. All right, 6 cups of orange juice. So just a quick little rewind of what I just went over. We had to solve what? 8 gallons times 3/4 cup, right? So I made my 4 stayed the same. My denominator never changes. Then I did 8 times 3, which equals 24. Then I had to figure out, because it's an improper fraction, we can't leave it as improper. We either have to make it a mixed number or a whole. Luckily, it's a whole right now. So how many 4s go into 24? And we sat there, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So it was 6. And that's where we got our answer of 6 cups. All right, so that is our solve and share page. We are going to flip ahead to the next page, all right, which is page 556, just to kind of a little bit of a review, okay? That is going to be the lesson that they normally would be teaching you. I would be teaching you on the board. I'm just going to kind of go over it here, maybe a little bit over here too, okay? It says Stanley makes ice cream sundaes. Sounds good. Today, Stanley made 2 ice cream sundaes. How much ice cream did Stanley use? And if you look at the picture, it says it right on there, okay? 3/4 pint of ice cream, okay? You see it on there? So Stanley had to say he made 2 ice cream sundaes, all right, and he had to use 3/4 a pint. Okay, so does my denominator change? No, stays the same. So I have to do 2 times 3. All right, what's 2 times 3? You could do 3, 6. You could do 2, 4, 6. Okay, the answer is 6. Now, am I okay with you leaving like that? Yeah, but eventually for next year, because I'm teaching it to Savannah right now, you got to kind of know how to turn this, like you have been learning, turn this improper fraction into a mixed number. All right, so you have to figure out how many 4s can go into 6 without going over. So we got to count. Ready? 4, 8. Well, that's too high. So just 1. All right, just 1. Does my denominator change? No, it stays the same. Okay, and I have 4 times 1, which equals 4. Then I have to count up to 6. 5, 6. So I have 2. All right, if you look at his pictures or his way of solving it, he solved it 2 different ways, but he got the same answer as we did, okay? He got 1 2/4 as his answer, which is what we got as well, okay? 1 2/4. Pretty cool. Good job, Stanley, okay? So that is how we're going to solve most of our math problems today. What we're going to do now is we're going to go on to page 557 of our guided practice. Again, this should be pretty much a review of what we did on Wednesday of last week. So if you have any questions, again, just feel free to ask me, comment in the comment section. Feel free to ask me in the private chat of when I assign the work to you. Whatever you want me to do, I am more than willing of helping you. All right, so number 1, it says Sarah has excuse me. Sarah has a half a granola bar. Okay, well, good for Sarah. All right. Her friend has 5 times as many of the granola bars. 5 times as many. 5 times 1/2. How am I going to solve 5? Well, you know the answer. The 2 stays the same. Then I got to multiply. What's 5 times 1? It's 5. All right. Then I got to count. All right. Improper fraction alert. How many times can 2 go into 5? 2, 4, 6. Well, that's too high. So it can only go in twice. All right. And 2 times 2 is 4. Put that number up here. Remember that from Wednesday? Put that number up here. 4, and we got to count up to 5. 5. 1. And my 2 over here never changes. So it asks, how many granola bars does Sarah's friend have? She has 2.5. I'm just going to put GBs. All right, I'm not going to write the whole thing out. Save it in my ink. Okay, 2.5 GBs, 2.5 granola bars. That's how many she has. Okay, I'm going to walk through the problem one more time so that we all understand what we're doing. 5 times 1/2, okay, equals 5 over 2 because the 2 of our denominator stays the same. 5 times 1 equals 5. All right, that's the first part. Once you have an improper fraction, you have to figure out how many times does my denominator go into my numerator without going over. And we said twice. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, and then we counted up to 5, which is just 1 more, 1 over 2. All right. We are going to skip number 2, and we're going to go to number 3. It says 8 times 1/2. Okay, so 8 times 1/2. Well, my denominator doesn't change. That stays the same. What is 8 times 1? Everybody should be screaming it out. Hopefully not too loud, but 8 times 1 equals 8. Okay, all right. Now, improper fraction, we have to figure out how many times 2 can go into 8. All right, we're going to count, my friends. 2, 4, 6, 8. How many fingers does Mr. McQueen have up? That would be 4. That is my answer. Got it. All right. Going on to number 4. So that was number 3. Going on to number 4. It is, ooh, tricky. What are they doing to us here? This one's hard. All right. We have 13 times 3 over 4. Oh my, that's crazy. All right, those are big numbers. You're going to be able to solve it. All right, let's think a little bit. All right, let's put our brains to work. All right, 3 times 13. Mr. McQueen, I don't know how to do that. No, you don't. All right, but I know for a fact you might know 12 times 3 or 11 times 3. So I'm going to go with 11 times 3 because I know that one. 11 times 3 is 33. Okay. I have to go up 2 more spots. So I'm at 33. I had to go 36 and then 39. All right. 39 and then it's over 4. All right. That's kind of hard, right? How many times could 4 go into 39? It's kind of difficult, kind of tricky. Not really. All right, use that brain again. 4 times what gives me something close to 39 without going over? Well, I know that 4 times 10 equals 40. So that's too much. So let's try 4 times 9. So I'm going to get my fingers ready. Okay? You can show your parents this trick. I love this trick. Ready? 4 times 9. Once you hear 9's involved, bring out those hands. Go to the 4th finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, good. How many fingers do I have over here? 3. How many do I have over here? 6. So 4 times 9 is 36. Now, 9 is my hole. 36 goes in my brain. Okay, 36, and I got to count up to 39. 37, 38, 39, which is 3. What would be my denominator? Well, it stays the same. 4, 4, 4. So the answer to this one's a hard one. This is difficult, okay, because they're asking you to multiply 13 times 3/4. The answer to this one is 9 3/4. All right, write that down. Okay. Remember, you can pause the video anytime if I'm going too fast. All right, now number 5. It says calculate the amount of medicine taken in 10 days. If the dose is 3/4 of fluid ounce. There we go. All right, I took the numbers, 10 days times 3/4 of fluid ounces. How do I solve it? Well, my denominator never changes. That stays the same. And then what's 10 times 3? 10, 20, 30. All right. Now, how many times can 4 go into 30? Again, you got to know your force facts. They're not making it easy today. All right. As much as it was going to be a repeat lesson, making these a little bit more challenging, but that's good. All right. Because if you can understand this, we're on the right track. All right. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Well, that's too high. So how many fingers do I have? Can you see them? All right, that would be 7. Okay, and if you remember what I said, 7 times 4 is 28. 28 goes here. Our denominator never changes. So 28's in my head, I got to count up to 30. 29, 30. 2. There's the answer to that one. Difficult, kind of hard, not as easy as it was, but if you follow the same steps, you're going to be fine. All right, now that's 5. I'm going on to number 6. It says calculate the total length needed to decorate 9 boxes times 2/3 yards of ribbon. All right, okay, I think I can do this one. I think you can too. Our 3 stays the same. Pardon me. All right, our 3 stays the same. So now we got to multiply our numerators. 9 times 2. 9 times 2. Okay? Do your 9's trick, or you can count by 2's 9 times, whatever you want to do. 9 times 2, Put that one down. I got 1 here and 8 over there. Okay. 18 over 3. So I have to figure out how many 3's can go into 18 without going over. I'm going to give you a hint. It's going to be a whole number. Count your 3's. Sing it up. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. How many? That's going to be 6. Beautiful. Now, Mr. McQueen, I'm upset with you. Why? Well, I didn't label those last two, so you're going to go back and label. Okay, this one is going to be ounces, which is just OZ for number 5. And then for 6, it says yards of ribbon. You're going to go 6 yards. Okay. All right, 6 yards. All righty. Beautiful. Now, down below, you have problems 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We are just going to do the odd numbers, okay? We are just going to do the odd numbers. All right. So the first one we're going to do down below is number 7. Okay. And then we're going to do number 9. Then we're going to do number 11. All right. Then we're going to do number 13. And last but not least, we're going to do number 15. Okay. So circle those on your paper. Okay. 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. All right, so we're going to solve those. I'm going to write them on the board. All right, luckily you already have it in front of you. So what is 4 times 1/3? Well, we know that the 3 stays the same. 4 times 1 always will equal 4. Can I leave it like that? Yeah, but it's improper. Okay, so how many 3's go into 4? Well, 3, 6. Well, 6 is too high, so just 1. And then my 3 stays the same. So 3 times 1 is 3. Put that number here and count up to 4. 4, just 1. There is your answer to number 7. Again, that's kind of a repeat of what we did earlier. Okay, now, number 9. It is 8 times 2/5. Okay, my 5 stays the same. What's 8 times 2? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 over 5. I'm going to bring this down here so you guys can see. 16 over 5. What does that become? 16 over 5. Well, I have to figure out how many 5's can go to 16 without going over. 5, 10, 15, 20. Ooh, 20 is too high. So just 3. And 5 times 3 was 15. Put it here. Count up to 16. 15, 16. So just 1. And my denominator, for the millionth time, never changes. It stays 5. Again, maybe confusing, but I want to teach this to you as quickly as I can so that you can get going and you can start nailing these just like I know you can. All right, so 11 times 2/3 for number 11. Okay, what's 11 times 2? Well, 11 times any number is that number twice, right? If it was 11 times 7, it's 77. 11 times 9 is 99. So 11 times 2 is 22. Okay, now 3 goes into 22 how many times? Sing your song. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18, 21, 24. Well, that's too high. So it's just 7. All right, 7. And 3 times 7 is 21. That goes here. Okay. And my right denominator never changes. That's why I wrote it down. Okay, so 3 times 7 was 21. I have to count up to 22. 22. So just 1. Okay, 13 is 7 times 3/4. Okay, I'll work on it down here so you have some room. Okay, my 4 stays the same. What's 7 times 3? We just went over it. 7 times 3 is 21. How many times can 4 go into 21? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So just 5. Okay, 4 times 5 is 20. My 4 stays the same. That's why I wrote it down there. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21, so 20, 21, so just 1. 5 1/4. And the last one for today, 4 times 5/8. The 8 stays the same. 4 times 5. Count your 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay? 20. How many times can 8 go into 20? I'm going to help you out. It's only twice. Okay? Twice. So 2 times 8. Okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 16's in your head. Mr. McQueen, my denominator never changes. So that remembers 8. Okay, so 16's in my head, and I got to count up to 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4. Okay, 2 and 4/8. All right, I'll leave these on here so you can write those down if you missed any. Remember, if I was going too fast, feel free to pause it. I'm trying to keep these under 25 minutes so that you have time to work on your math going forward. Now, your homework page. Okay, I have your homework page right here. It's kind of a lot, all right? Page 559. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is do just your odds, similar to what we just did now. Not your evens on the, actually, yeah, we'll do just your odds, okay? So go through your homework page right now on page 559. I want you to circle these ones. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. So how many total problems is that? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. That's 8 problems you have to do. Not a lot. That's not a lot at all. Okay? And positive part is that once you're able to solve it on your homework, the assessment sheet that I'm assigning to you, the questions are right from it. Okay? So don't think that I'm trying to like get crazy and reinvent the wheel. Use your homework to help you solve it, okay? If you have any questions, again, feel free to comment in the video that I post on our classroom. This math is a review, but it's taking our fractions and our improper fractions to the next level. I think you got it, all right? If you need any help, feel free to reach out to me. All right, miss you.